welcome everybody to my quick, sort of too long, didn't read summary of my proposal. The proposal itself went for like over an hour, 200 plus slides kind of thing. It was pretty epic. This is the very trimmed down version. Go check out the full proposal if you want to see how I came to these ideas, dig a bit deeper into it, learn more about the project itself, about Fyooz. But in summary, right? So my big idea for like Fyooz 3.0 is for them to reposition themselves in the market, in people's minds, as the social network for super fans. Raving fans of these stars. They want to get in closer with their favorite stars, the people that they idolize, and connect with them on a closer level. More than an investment, it's more about that connection. So to transition from where the project is right now into this social network for superfans, what I think that they would need to do is the following. That they would need to make the marketplace all about superstars, and these would be people with 1 million plus followers. In doing so, that they would need to remove the creators from the marketplace, anybody with less than 1 million followers, to not have like an empty marketplace. I think that they should go about pre-filling the marketplace with every superstar that there is out there that makes sense for the platform, but pretty much everybody, right, who has that social media following of 1 million plus, to have their spot in the platform, to be clearly sort of labeled as, as not having a token yet kind of thing. But it's really easy to see like how full this marketplace is of all of the people who are at that superstar level, like every artist and movie star and everybody that you can think of that you might idolize, right? They're already there. Maybe they don't have their token yet though, but next, like what you could do to try and encourage them and show that you want them to be part of Fyooz is you have the ability to then vote to do some social action like tweeting out to them to capture their sort of attention on social media. And even as far as to potentially like stake some of your Fyooz for that star as like a real strong sort of signal to say, come over onto Fyooz, I want to buy your star token, I want to get closer to you through that. So number 5, for every star to launch with 1 million, max supply for their token, to have consistency there across all of the stars. But for scarcity's sake, right, limit it down to just 100,000 circulating supply when they launch. With keeping 900,000 sort of sitting on the star side as like a significant sort of financial incentive for them to grow the value of their star token. For there to be a really solid pre-sale sort of process that benefits all these people who have been with the project for a long time and are at the levels that sort of warrant them getting in on those pre-sales. And in terms of like the star holding onto a massive portion of the supply of the token, to introduce more trust into that, they won't dump that on the market by having the jury have that governance level where they actually vote on 10k sort of plus unlocks being pushed out onto the market, that the jury has some power there in preventing anything significantly impacting the star token price. Also to introduce a level system where there's holding of one coin means a lot. You get a significant benefit just for holding one star token, and we move people up this value ladder from 1 token holding level to 10 to 100 to 1,000, and this is moving up levels of like bronze, silver, gold, and superfan status, and at each of those levels to have increasing sort of access and engagement and interaction with the star depending on how much you hold. In terms of the actual sort of sales process, to actually build out sales funnels for each of these stars, so you can land on a page, come in from social media, land on a page, and it sells you and builds up that desire within people coming there to make the purchase. And we make the purchase as easy as possible, right? By leveraging the existing credit card purchase functionality that they've built. The Fyooz team already have that on the website and in the app. And we remove all those sort of barriers to entry of like figuring out how to do Uniswap and set up a wallet and go through an exchange's KYC process and all of that. And we have all of the sort of the ability to A/B test and to run analytics and to control that sales process and the potential for upsells and other things along the way. But one of the biggest things that we would gain with having that sale and that transaction happening through the website and app is we have the opportunity then to capture people's email addresses. And on the back of that, you can do so much. There's so much value in having that list and having that direct one-to-one communication. You can build up automation sequences that bring them into the project to understand things, to get behind the project and to feel connected with it through that sort of automated sequence that could follow up. In terms of the stars themselves, a big shift here, right, is that every star who's in Fyooz, they have a private Discord community, and that is that massive incentive that you get just for holding on to a minimum of one of their star tokens. You gain access to this private community that gets you closer to that star. Now, making community like a core focus for Fyooz means that the Fyooz team needs to be backed by somebody with solid reputation in that space and to be world class at managing a community and making a thriving community around that. I think they should actually hire some professionals such as FeverBee, who bring with them reputation and bring with them experience around building a strategy and building what that project would need for the stars to have the trust in the project and to have their fans and their brand and reputation, connected to Fyooz and managed in this community. And if we're going to, be all about community, then we need the right platform for that. So I think we would need to shift from Telegram over to Discord for basically everything. Still keep probably one Telegram public channel, just because it is so prevalent in the crypto space that people love to use Telegram to see how many Telegram users there are and get in and ask a few questions before they get involved with projects. I think you need that still, but everything else, Moonclub, the Circle, all of those things, getting shifted over to Discord because it has just far more powerful features that we could leverage, including things like live presentations and audio hangouts and all kinds of stuff. Also, the stars, every month for them to have an NFT drop, and for those NFTs to be significant moments for those stars, like moments from potentially just the last month, or like things that have been significant in their career or their life. Maybe they had some massive concert that they've just performed at, or they played at the Super Bowl, or maybe they've had their first child. Like, these are things that are really significant to both the star and to their fans because they have that sort of connection there, that they care about those things. It might be the moment, right, that a star became someone that the fan idolized, right? It is particularly significant to them at that point. And so with all these NFTs going out every month, also the people who are Fyooz NFT holders, for them to have the ability to win some of these star NFTs without necessarily holding on to the star token. And for the Moonclub to exclusively get the chance to win a one-of-one star NFT. One thing I didn't mention earlier about the monthly star NFT drops, I also think that someone who holds one star token should also hold one, minimum of one Fyooz NFT token to unlock the ability to get the NFT drops. And again, it's that really low sort of hurdle to jump over and low cost to get your foot in the door. and it's as much as possible trying to give them as much value for taking that step, for going through the effort to do that, to get something like really big on the other side of that, where they feel like they're just getting incredible value for money by doing so. And then you move them up, the ladder for them to want to move from like the bronze to the silver to the gold, and then up to that sort of superfan status or Moonclub status to unlock those really sort of rare and even more awesome sort of experiences and access. Now with those NFTs, the star NFTs, to also find ways to actually increase the value of the NFTs. So there's rarity levels, sure, but on top of that, like the stars themselves, sort of promoting their NFT drops and why they're significant to them, and building other elements to holding these NFTs, like potentially infusing them with even further benefits, like holding a particular collection or combination of these NFTs might unlock something unique or specific for that, like holding 5 rares gets you access to something unique maybe that month, and in doing so, like building out more of a secondary market for the NFTs as well, right, where someone's like, oh, I really need that extra card so I can get this other benefit. For the star contracts to be very explicit, and across the board for all stars, instead of having maybe different deals with different stars, to have consistency there, and in the contracts to make it really specific around the necessity to market their NFT drops every month when they come out, to at least once a month talk on socials about something exclusive that they're doing in their private Discord to build up that FOMO from their free sort of massive audience that they've got on social media, to have that fear of missing out and like that like sort of curiosity of what is happening that they're missing out on over in that private community to draw them over. And it goes without saying also that the contract needs to stipulate that they need to be active in that community, right? They're the center of that universe. They have to be there to make it work. Now, also that the Fyooz sort of becomes this center point of all of these Discord servers that all of these stars are on. Fyooz sits at the center of that, and in doing so sort of unlocks this opportunity, right, to do things where stars could cross-collaborate, could come into the Fyooz community itself when they're launching, to reach out to that audience that already understands how all of this works, and they're the people that are past buyers are the most likely to be future buyers of things. So Fyooz becomes this incredible place where all of these stars sort of congregate. It becomes a center of a very exclusive network. Also to introduce ethical onboarding bribes, where you get people to do the things that will cause higher retention, higher word of mouth. Like setting up their account properly, watching introductory videos, accessing potentially also like a personalized NFT that is created by the Fyooz team when they come on board, that takes something maybe from their social profile and brands it with Fyooz, or does something cool with it that then they want to share that with other people, and make it part of their social presence, similar to how CryptoPunks have become a big thing, or Laser Eyes around the crypto community. These things draw attention and organic attention, and growth on social media. Also getting ourselves into these top 10 exchanges, Gate, KuCoin, Huobi, and Binance, all very friendly to altcoins, to have a definite sort of direction on getting into these top 10 exchanges, and also exploring. I found there's this support now on the 0x protocol, which I believe is the API and underlying sort of technology behind the Fyooz marketplace. It now supports the Binance Smart Chain, and sort of what opportunities does that potentially open up for the project? Could we get star tokens, over on PancakeSwap? So there's reduced fees when people want to buy the star tokens, and maybe Fyooz and FYZNFT. Like if there's ways to get us into PancakeSwap and into that Binance ecosystem, it could only benefit us, right? To have both the people that rally for Ethereum and the people that rally for Binance to all be able to be involved in our project. And then finally, to introduce a public roadmap, right, that celebrates everything that the project has done to get to where it is. Like it's many months old now. Like it's not like a lot of new projects that are just popping up and have only been around for a matter of weeks, right? We need to celebrate everything that the project has done to get to where it is, to tell that story, and to make clear what the next 4 quarters look like. Like where is this project going? Where is it sailing? And why should people hop on board, and take this journey to the moon with the rest of us, right? And in absence of a roadmap, potentially, right, this Fyooz 3.0 idea here that I'm putting forward, maybe that's a good place to start. So yeah, thank you very much for taking the time to sort of listen to this quick summary. Check out the full proposal if you want further detail, and jump on over into the Fyooz Labs Discord to have a conversation, share more of your ideas, and I look forward to seeing what we come up with next, and where this project is going, because it definitely has massive potential. Thank you very much.